Welcome back. We're right here in the heart of the River Bend in downtown Alton on this kinda a little bit yucky Friday. Erick Dickerson is the new head football coach at Marquette Catholic, and what I didn't realize is that that's where you started your career.
Oh yeah, it's graduated from McKendree and wanted to get into coaching, and Marquette was hiring, so I started off.
I'm telling you, I kept telling people, I'm like, no, Erick's, he was an Alton guy, life's good. And then you tell me today, no, I went to Marquette.
Yep, went to Marquette. Been in Alton forever, but
right.
Marquette guy.
And so this has to be neat for you to come full circle. You start off as an assistant at Marquette. Now you're back, leading the helm. How does that kind of feel? Are you a little excited, a little bit nervous already, getting ready?
All of it. It happened so quick, and I haven't had a lot of time to sit back and think. I've been real busy, but excited, anxious, nervous, all of those feelings, but it feels right. After I was done with Alton, I had to wait for that right situation, and this is it. This feels right. I feel at home and very excited about the opportunity.
Oh, I would be too. And we were talking, you had a numbers a little down last year.
Yes.
You were the assistant on the one of the assistants on the team. How are you guys kind of looking forward towards this year? Even though it was a little bit more of a down year, I mean, you still had some really good, talented players that were showing up every Friday.
Oh yeah, those kids played all year. Low numbers. I think we had 24. So a lot of kids didn't have any experience. Got a lot of experience last year, and there was no quit in those kids. It's I'm looking forward to working with those guys again, just because they work so hard. We had 17 freshmen and sophomores combined, only 2 seniors. So, again, very young,
right.
Very inexperienced, and, one of our goals coming into this offseason is to increase our numbers, for sure.
And have you started that process yet? Is that looking, I know you're just a couple of days into this, so I'm throwing you under the gun, but, is that next couple of months, is that your plan?
Yeah, definitely. We got Christmas break coming up, so
right.
I'm not going to do much there, but once we get back from break, going to hit the ground running and get the weightlifting program going, off-season conditioning, and do a lot of things that way.
That's what I was going to ask you, because you're really big into making sure we're staying loose, we're staying in shape all year round.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon.
No.
Have you been able to talk to any of the other coaches that you were a part of the team last year? Have any players reached out yet, going, "Hey, coach, looking forward to this"? How has that been?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. We can go through an 0-9 season, and it's a week afterwards, the kids are like, "Hey, when are we going to start lifting?"
Are you serious?
So it's great to have those guys in that attitude, because they just want to work hard. So that's vital in turning around a program. So with them getting anxious about it, but now we just have to develop that weightlifting program and make sure that we're lifting for a purpose.
Right.
Not just be in the weight room, but what are our goals here? What are we going to accomplish this off season? I'll incorporate some speed training into that so we can get faster as well.
Absolutely, and take us through that. So, whenever you're going into the winter, the winter months, you're getting ready for the summer training sessions to begin with the team. What's the you just said agility, making sure you're staying fit. But is there any type of psychology that's going on there too? Or is it more just the physical aspect, and you work on that game tape stuff in the summertime?
Oh, it's both physical and mental.
Really? Cool.
Because weight training and conditioning, it's a mental aspect. If you've never lifted and you go into the weight room, it can be a little daunting. But, we break them off in groups with kids their own size. And, the key is to push each other. I like to say you can't make gains in the weight room until you fail.
Right.
Or, you're going to get stronger once you fail. So don't just keep lifting weights that are comfortable. Push each other. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. All these cliches that we can throw out there.
Right. I feel like you're looking into my soul, being the pro wrestler that's 138 pounds soaking wet. Maybe I should try to push it a little bit more.
You can try that. It won't hurt.
I love it. So take us through this, your experience. What led you back to Marquette? Was it just the right, you said it was the right place at the right time. But just to get the assistant job back, was that just a phone call that you had one day that kind of just led to something more down the line?
Yeah. I was sitting around, thinking about what am I going to do this fall. And, coaching I've been coaching longer than I've been teaching. So I just wrapped up my 22nd year coaching. Wow. And I don't know that I could go through a fall without coaching. It seemed weird. So, just talk to some friends, talk to family, and then, end up talking to Coach Mack down at Marquette and Brian, the AD. And they're like, "Hey, we'd love to have you on." I'm like, "Great, let's go." I get an opportunity to coach and be back at Marquette. So nothing better than that.
And in this process, it seems like it was a pretty straightforward, kind of hire for you joining on with being the new head coach. Was that just kind of a perfect fit, you think, for both sides? That somebody that the kids kind of knew already, and you already had great experience too.
It helps that the kids
Mm-hmm.
knew me. I'm not someone brand new coming in, taking over, and have experience with the kids and kind of know how they work and how they operate. So and they understand me and what's going on there. So it's a good two-way street.
Yeah, absolutely. And take us through that. So you've had an opportunity to coach for a couple of different teams now.
Yes.
How has that kind of experience shaped you into the head coach you're getting ready to be for Marquette?
Just experience along the line. I think I learned more of what not to do than the good things, because that just teaches you how to get better.
Right.
But I've been lucky in my 22 years. This is only my fourth school that I've been at.
Wow.
So, consistency and stability is important to me. I just wrapped up 15 total years at Alton High, 7 years as a head coach. So back for my second stint at Marquette. So, I'm excited about that. And I've learned a lot from assistant coaches, former coaches, players. So, I think I'm ready and qualified for this.
Absolutely. And by the way, I hate to throw this out there, but I may have not, been a great kicker that just couldn't catch a snap during the homecoming game. But who remembers that?
I mean, we all have mistakes, We don't live in the past. But I do remember you. You did do a well job of kicking for us.
Until I dropped it during the homecoming game. I still blame the rain. But anyway.
We all have excuses, don't we? Come on now.
That's right. That's why I'm behind the microphone now. I figured it's better to make excuses than create them.
Exactly, right?
This is fantastic. So when it comes to recruiting, how is this? I mean, because, I'm used to public schools, a lot of kids there. Marquette's a little bit smaller. Do you go about recruiting a different way for the private schools or the smaller schools than you would, working for a bigger, 3A, or what are we at now, 5A
7A.
school? Oh, God.
Yeah, 7A.
Oh, Jesus. Well, yeah, how's it different? I thought we were at 3. I'm used to soccer.
Yeah, no, soccer 3A, football 7A. It's not much different.
Okay.
You just got to be present, be out in the halls, and talk to the kids. And it's tough when you haven't won many games,
Right.
and it's kids don't necessarily want to come out, but you sell the program. So I think the coaches on board, our administration, the staff there at Marquette, everybody's on board. So I think we're going to do a good job of promoting the program and getting more kids out.
And it's a snow globe effect, like you just kind of hit on. Once things are going good, and the train doesn't stop, it's just getting the train going.
You got to,
yeah.
And it's going to take work. And I want the kids out there that are going to work hard, because those are going to be our best players. And we need leaders out there. So, yeah.
And how is because I'm a little bit newer to watching Marquette play, because now my dad's coaching over there for the soccer teams too, and on the coaching staff. In terms of style, compared for me watching a 7A football team play compared to what's Marquette at?
2A.
2A. What's the diff? Is there a difference in style? Is it is it the same as what all levels, or?
I mean, honestly, speed.
Really? Okay.
There's a big difference in speed and size-wise,
Right.
7A, 8A schools, you got some big kids, and
they're eating cornmeal all year long.
That's right. They're not afraid to grow. So,
Right.
It's a little bit slower, but you still got great athletes and kids that execute, and coach against great coaches that like to scheme. So it's as much a chess game as it is a physical game. So,
Right.
Not too much a difference, but enough.
Absolutely. And that's what I was kind of wondering, because it seems like, man, the higher you get in those A's, you add another A on, you add another 30 pounds.
Yeah, and they just get faster.
They do. Well, and this is going to be a great opportunity for everyone that's, kind of getting back into the, I guess post-COVID rhythm, where you're getting back into the rhythm, going to Friday Night Lights and getting to see a new direction for Marquette. This is exciting, and are you going to change to me, I think an important question is the guidelines, that rubric of Marquette football is obviously, to me, staying the same with you being there for, playing or going to high school and then starting your coaching career. Is any type of, those, I guess, the golden rules of Marquette football, are those kind of staying constant?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's tradition. And that's one thing I love about small schools is the closeness, and the traditions. And that's what we want to build on back at Marquette, is the traditions that we've had, the traditions that I went through, and the kids after me and the kids before me. So, reaching out and making the alumni part of this and getting them involved and bringing back some of our old traditions. You know, I think that's goal number 1B after 1A, which is more players. So,
But it's going to be fun to watch, honestly, because whenever you were saying that, I didn't realize you went to Marquette, but when you said that, I thought, well, God, this is great because this is somebody who lived not the system, but lived that team, lived the lifestyle of, being a Marquette football player, right?
Oh, yeah, and it's like any high school you go to. Once you graduate from there, you're always part of that that family. You know, Alton High, you're a Redbird. At Marquette, you're an Explorer.
I got thrown out Alton High 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I walked in the parking lot. They called the dogs out, man. No, I'm just kidding.
He's back. No, you can't. You can't come back. You graduated.
Yeah, they're like, no, thank you. We'll take a rain check on you.
You're good, but you need to leave.
But you're right. I mean, it seems like once the Marquette family is what I call it, because it seems like once you go there, it's it's not everyone knows your name like Cheers, but it's everyone got your back and is going to support you if you need it.
It's pretty close to everybody knows your name. You know, it is because you connect with those kids, and you have such a small graduating class. Like, it's not 400, 500 kids as Alton is, but, 50, 60, 70 kids, and you know everybody, and you keep in contact. So here I am, I don't know, a lot of years later, and we still talk to my high school friends, and, we talk about Marquette football. So, I want the classes that I'm going to be able to coach to come back in 10, 15 years and have those same great memories.
Absolutely. We got a couple minutes left for you.
Sure.
I guess I'll ask you the softball first. Might as well before I soften you up and then hit you with the 60 minutes question here. All the teams you coach, has there been that one moment that maybe it's in winning a huge game, state championship, maybe it's winning a huge tournament. What's that one, day in coaching history for you that you go, what made the right call?
Oh, that's tough. I mean, that's not a softball question.
See, I ask one good question in interviews, so that's all you get.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. I don't know that there's just one moment.
Right.
My career's full of great moments because I've coached so many wonderful kids and had been part of staffs and had great coaches. I think when you're coaching and the kid, like, it snaps, and all of a sudden they get it. They have that aha moment of like, oh, this is why you made us lift weights. This is why you made us run. This is why,
Right.
And it clicks. And then, the best teams are led by the players. So when you have those teams that those kids start leading one another, then you can kind of sit back and like, okay, like we're gonna be fine.
Right.
So my career's full of them. So it's hard to pick out just one. There's multiple.
Absolutely. Let's circle into this one then. Now, this was the hard question.
Great.
We got a couple of minutes left, so I feel like, and we have a lot of listeners that come from Marquette that are really excited about the football teams, and they love watching it on RiverBender. We thank you for doing so.
Thank you.
What is the message? Are you going to keep? What's kind of the new elevator pitch for the new Marquette football team under Erick Dickerson?
Yeah, I can't give you that secret yet. And I haven't even talked to our players yet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's a lot out there. Yeah. I just want to get back to where we were and then back to the basics and start from there. We got young kids that we just need to teach the game of football.
Right.
And football is such a great sport because it's on field, off the field. I want our kids living by the same standards that we have on the field, off the field, in the classroom, in the community. It's just everyday Marquette football. Like, it doesn't matter if you're on the field, you're in the classroom, you're out in the community, you're representing our program, our school, everywhere you go.
And that's the real definition of a team, on and off the field. I mean, you treat everyone like you want to be treated and want the team represented as, and I think it's hugely important, and I think it's something that every successful team has, is that structure of how you act at school is how you act on the field, how you act off the field is how you act at home, and then it all circles back in.
And it all relates, interlocks there, and you said it right. Like, on the field, off the field, at home, what kind of brother are you? What kind of uncle, cousin, and it goes on and on. So everyday Marquette football. That's what we're gonna do.
Man, it was a great response, but I don't know, you put a Jedi mind trick. I almost answered your question. I was like, I'm an okay brother. I think as an uncle, I'm okay too. I really appreciate it.
It's that coach's zen that we have. All we have to do is look at you guys and you resort back to it.
I'm telling you, it's a mind trick. Well, Erick Dickerson, I'm really excited about the football season that's ahead coming up in fall.
Yes.
We'll be covering it. Anytime you have an update on the team, feel free to come in, call in, weigh us in, let us know. For any up-to-date information about the football team, is there a way for us to kind of follow along, subliminally on social media?
We're going to get that up when we get a Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. hopefully I get a nice young coach in here that's a little more tech savvy than I am. But, we'll put our dates out there. We'll start lifting after the new year and open gyms. And so we'll get it rolling there. But, yeah, check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and we'll be there.
It's the dawn of a new era under Erick
go.
Dickerson. I'm excited for it, really
Me
am.
too.
Because
I'm great. I'm excited.
And not to cut you off, but before we wrap this up, I got the chance to, you were walking down the hallway one day and you said, hey, can you kick a football? And I said, maybe. And, you took a chance. And, just to play under you for a season, you're a hell of a leader. You're a great coach.
Thank you.
And I know Marquette's very lucky to have you. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with, I don't know yet. We'll figure it out on this Friday in downtown Alton.